Thomas puffed back to the junction. He saw there was another track. Maybe this track goes to the wharf too, whistled Thomas. And he rattled away down the steep track. The track was covered in thick brambles and bushes. They scrunched and scratched as Thomas shoved through them. Whew. No one has been down here for a very long time, he huffed. And he puffed on. Then Thomas gasped. He had arrived at a hidden town. It was overgrown, rusty and very old. Bubbling boilers, Thomas cried. There were lots of old buildings and a station covered in ivy. What a funny place to have a town, he tooted. Thomas was very excited. I wonder what else I'll find, he wished. Thomas chuffed to a halt. Fizzling fireboxes, he gasped. Thomas had never seen such an amazing sight. There are so many buildings. It must have been a very large town, he cried. That looks like part of a tower. Thomas was very excited indeed. I must tell everyone about this, he tooted loudly. Thomas bumped and bashed his way along the old track. He hacked his squeaky wheels. He whistled as hard as he could. Someone must hear me, he thought. So he whistled again. Suddenly, a horn hooted. That's Madge, Thomas tooted. Madge was surprised to see Thomas. Madge, I've discovered an old town. It's hidden in the forest. Wished Thomas excitedly. Fenders and flatbeds, exclaimed Madge. Everyone must know about this. Madge found Mighty Mac at a crossing. Thomas has discovered a hidden town, she hooted loudly. Tell everyone. Mighty Mac told Sir Handel, who told Skarloey, who told Rheneas, who told the Thin Controller, who told Harold, who immediately flew off to find the Fat Controller. The Fat Controller had been having tea when Harold arrived. Thomas has discovered a hidden town, shouted Harold. The Fat Controller was very excited. Take me to Thomas at once, he boomed. Soon, Thomas and the Fat Controller arrived at the hidden town. Here it is, sir, Thomas wished. The Fat Controller beamed from ear to ear. Thomas, you have made a wonderful discovery. This is the town of Great Waterton. Thomas gasped. He and the other engines had heard stories about Great Waterton. When steam engines first came to Sodor, the Fat Controller said, this was the main town. It was called Great Waterton. The waterworks here provided water for everyone. Why does no one live here now? Puffed Thomas. All the people left to live in new towns. And everyone thought the town of Great Waterton was lost forever. But now it is found, cheered Thomas. Thanks to you, Thomas, smiled the Fat Controller. I will telephone the mayor straight away. I am very proud of you. Thomas felt really important. Thank you, sir, he tooted. Hooray! The Fat Controller arrived at Tidmouth Sheds. The other engines were very proud of Thomas. The town of Great Waterton is to be restored in time for Sodor Day, he boomed. The restoration will be a lot of work. Percy was puzzled. What's restoration? He wished quietly. Restoration, groaned Gordon loudly. That is when you make something very old look new again. There are many jobs to be done, the Fat Controller added. All the engines were pleased. The Fat Controller gave each of the engines important jobs. They whistled and tooted in excitement. Now, I will telephone Miss Jenny. We need the help of the Sodor Construction Company. The Fat Controller telephoned Miss Jenny. Miss Jenny, Thomas has discovered the old town of Great Waterton. We need the help of Jack and his team to rebuild it. It must be ready in time for Sodor Day. How exciting, said Miss Jenny. They will be delighted to help. I'll tell them right away, sir. So, Miss Jenny went to see Jack and his team. We will work harder than ever, hooted Jack excitedly. At the depot, Mr. Percival gathered his engines. He spoke loudly. You will all be very busy. The engines whistled and tooted happily. I know you will all do your very best. Mr. Percival cheered.
Jobs aplenty, 5, 10, 20 jobs for everyone. Jobs galore and still there's more jobs that must be done. Train it, you name it, then we all can say the time forgot will shine like new on Sodor Day.
There's jobs for mainland engines and narrowgauge as well. Jobs for workmen in the woods which used to clear and fell. And guess who's trying hardest to do more than the rest?
It's Thomas, but the others know they all will do their best. Jobs aplenty, 5, 10, 20 jobs for everyone. Jobs galore and still there's more jobs that must be done. Train it, you name it, then we all can say the time forgot will shine like new on Sodor Day.
Emily and Gordon take fallen trees and rocks. James and Edward bringing stone while Henry's at the docks. And Toby drives the workman to work with Jack and Ned.
When Percy drops supplies, no time to rest at Tidmouth Sheds. Jobs aplenty, 5, 10, 20 jobs for everyone. Jobs galore and still there's more jobs that must be done. Train it, you name it, then we all can say the time forgot will shine like new on Sodor Day. Jobs aplenty, 5, 10, 20 jobs for everyone. Jobs galore and still there's more jobs that must be done. Train it, you name it, then we all can say the time forgot will shine like new on Sodor Day. The time forgot will shine like new on Sodor Day.
Back at Tidmouth Sheds, the Fat Controller was talking to Thomas. Thomas, you are to find all the lost and hidden tracks around the town. Thomas was pleased. And because you discovered Great Waterton, the Fat Controller added, I am also giving you the most important job of all. You are to be in charge of all the work.
Fizzling fireboxes, puffed Thomas proudly. I'm bringing an engine from the mainland to do your usual jobs, the Fat Controller added. Thomas didn't take any notice of this. He was too busy thinking about being in charge of all the work at Great Waterton.